Welcome to the video. My name is Joey Franzo from Flex Training Systems. Link in the description down below. How are you guys doing today? We're going to talk about training through injury, and I am going to just go over one of my many injuries that I have experienced in my time as a powerlifter. I experienced most of these injuries coming off of being a football player, and as a younger lifter, that kind of would just do things because I thought I needed to do them in order, to not be a bitch or to be the best or whatever. Now that I am much more experienced and I've coached, many lifters myself, I have a better grasp as to how to deal with an injury. I guess I'll just go over like the most severe one, and that was in my L5-S1. I had a bulge disc that I was training on for a while because I was an idiot. And then this is many years ago, I hired my first coach, and we ran this is kind of when daily undulating periodization first came out, and it was a very hard percentage-based program, kind of similar to that of PH3, and I ran through the whole thing, and I ended up, actually just before starting, I tore the annular tissue in a disc in my back. That is essentially the worst possible back injury you can get as far as your discs go. Bulging a disc takes a long time to heal. Now imagine tearing that open. It took months and months to get better. I was in so much pain, and the pain was so pronounced that I started to feel, I just felt like that there would be no reality that I would experience in the near future where this pain wasn't a thing that I had to deal with. I couldn't train my legs for 10 weeks, and this was rough. It was hard on me emotionally, physically. I gained a bunch of weight. Some of you guys that have been following me for a long time, the name Joey Flex actually comes from me being a shredded motherfucker. I kind of was in a place in my life where I had just broken up with my girlfriend of a long-term relationship, and plus the injury, and I just broke. I cracked. I ended up eating whatever I wanted. Korean barbecue, jars of Nutella, whole boxes of cereal, all that stuff. Obviously, eating disorder, emotional bullshit, all that stuff. But, I'm human, and I think, given how young I was during that time, I don't regret going through that because it made me a better person. But, dealing with that injury was a big factor, especially mentally, just thinking, how am I going to train around this? How am I going to accomplish my goals? Will I be able to accomplish my goals? Should I still powerlift? Should I just be a bodybuilder? Should I, just focus on my looks and stop worrying about, being as strong as I can possibly be in the one life that I'm given on this earth? And I didn't quit. I freaking trained through so much pain like a retard, but it's amazing what the body can do. The body will find a way, the body will heal. I'm not going to say do what I did. I'm just saying, maybe I couldn't deadlift. My deadlifting was way too painful on my back, but I couldn't squat yet, but I could do leg press pretty, without too much pain. So this is right after I was able to, those 10 weeks where I couldn't train legs, I could finally train. I got to a good chiropractor that decompressed my back, allowed my back to heal up a little bit. I started getting on the leg press. I hit the leg press religiously. I remember being in a 24-hour fitness at 1 a.m. in the morning, and it was my first session training legs, and I remember crying on the leg press. And I was still able to do like a good amount of plates, which was crazy, with full range of motion, having not trained in 10 weeks. It was so crazy to me, just that, like the fact that I was able to hit my legs. I was so unbelievably happy, and it really made me appreciate, even now I'm so thankful that I get to train, I get to compete at meets like nationals and the Arnold and stuff like that, and I just am very thankful that I was able to get through that injury. And I think, so going back to what I said earlier before I got sidetracked, which I do all the time, which you guys will find out, because my mind is a buzzing bee at times. I just trained what I could, did the leg press till I could squat. when I could finally squat, I had this crazy imbalance where my back was very, very weak because I was training my legs so much. I just had to start from the bottom up, doing like hyper extensions and like kettlebell Romanian deadlifts or dumbbells, doesn't matter. Just slowly getting my back stronger and stronger and stronger, and working my way up until I could eventually deadlift sumo. And then that's when I did my first meet. And I remember, when I met my girlfriend Tina shortly after that, still having back pain, but it was low enough to where I could actually train with like 5 out of 10 pain, which is probably not the best idea. But then I started to look into Olympic heels, and that took even more stress off my back. I started training my deadlifts for only singles, because I just, handling higher volumes of deadlift was a little much on me. And, I just kept doing what I could do while I could do it. And now I can train all 3. I can do whatever stance I want. I still have pain in my back from time to time. Like right now, sitting in my car, I feel it, but it's not nearly as bad. And I think had I just been smarter about dealing with the injury, maybe I wouldn't have had issues that I'm dealing with today. So when you experience an injury and it is traumatic to a point, you just have to understand that, you will come out of it, but you cannot just sit around and become a potato. You need to train what you can train while it heals. And you would be surprised what you can get away with. I'm not saying don't listen to your body or anything like that. What I did was kind of a trial and error thing, as I was a hot-headed younger dude that just wanted to get out there and get it done. But, just starting with the leg press, then working into light Romanian deadlifts, and then working, getting my squat back, and then working into sumo, and then eventually back to conventional. It took a long time to do that, but I didn't quit. I was determined to do it. I figured out, massage helps. I got massages all the time. An inversion table helps. I stopped going to my chiropractor because he was kind of like cracking me really hard. But you just have to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And if you have a coach, definitely 100%. If you're one of my clients, any injury you deal with, just talk to me and we're going to go through it. I've gone through patella tendinosis, severe disc issues, even like partial fractures in my bones and stuff like that. And I've come back from all of it, shoulder issues, everything. And I have a good balance now and a good understanding of what I can get away with and what I can't. And, I think a big part of my progress and what's helped me is just using autoregulation, to help me still be able to train when I want to train and how I need to train, but just adjusting the loads in a manner that makes training manageable. That's kept me in the game, and if you guys know me, I'm a big proponent of that. And if I can make progress and be safe, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do that. So just know, especially this closing thoughts here, if you are a young guy and you're dealing with an injury, you will get through it. I'm telling you, you're going to get through it. Your best days, like I say all the time, are ahead. You just have to take the steps that you need to take every day to put yourself in a position to be better one day. Whether that be, taking a band up against a freaking, wall and just doing small shoulder rotators to rehab your shoulder, or if that's, checking your ego and making sure you're staying in the RPE 6 to 7 range and not 8 to 9, or even putting more days between the days that you train until you're able to generate, a good amount of fatigue through set days or whatever. Then you got to do that. So yeah, I hope that helps some of you guys. Maybe if you're a younger dude and you're wondering you see me, you know, competing wherever I'm competing or doing what I'm doing, and just know that I wasn't always like here, you know. I've gone through, it's been a journey to get here, and it's definitely been a learning experience over the many years, and I feel that part of what makes me a valuable coach is that I've been through some what are usually career-ending injuries, or they're very discouraging to the point where you just don't even want to do it anymore. I've gotten through that, and I've come back and I've been successful, you know, as doing that. So if I could pass that on to at least one person, then that makes the 11 minutes of audio you guys just listened to worth it. Alrighty, guys, thank you for your time. I very much appreciate you. If you got something out of the video, please leave a like. And if you feel it would help someone, go ahead and share it. That being said, I will talk to you guys in the next video.